What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB here today with a review for Belle Collective, season 1, episode number 7, and it's titled Sistervention. All right, you guys. Without further ado, let's get into this episode review, shall we? All right, you guys. So let's start with this episode. I don't know how to. I'm trying to think of the nicest way to say this. And I don't think there is a nice way to say this. I'm tired as hell of looking at Kaylon's face. That's what it is. That's the first thing on the list. I'm tired of Kaylon. I don't have no issues with the woman, but she's irritating. Don't have an issue with the woman. She just irritates me. When I see her face, it just irritates me. But she didn't bother me in this episode. She didn't say anything stupid or problematic. So we'll let her live for one day. So we see that now here's the thing. Here's the question that I do have when it comes to this show. So do we have friends of the Belles? Like with Housewives, do we have friends of the Belles? Because we have Kaylon and we have Mel, who is Latrice's friend. So we see that, Kaylon has invited Antoinette, Mel, and Latrice on a farm. So they're trying to figure out, why in the hell are we on a farm? And then Antoinette remembers, oh, Kaylon is trying to buy a goat. And I was like, a goat? So y'all on a farm because this girl is trying to buy a goat. I would have told her, no. A goat? A goat. I'm still a goat. You don't need my help to pick out a goat. I don't know nothing about goats. It's so funny when people think that's one of the stereotypes of the South. People think so much about us, especially like me and Texas people. I've had people who've asked me plenty of times, so do you guys still ride horses around the town? What? No. We have cars. You can't have a horse in the city. I always hate when people ask me about horses. Horses, it's either the cowboy boots, or it's a cowboy hat. I don't wear any of that stuff. Boots hurt my feet. I don't like hats. I like caps. I don't like hats. Not for me, but yeah, whatever. So the ladies, Latrice is talking to the ladies, and she's telling them about her anniversary dinner with Cliff. How the first one went bad because, she told him that she didn't like him joking about other women, and he flipped out on her and left her. In that scene, I think Cliff did way too much, but I think Cliff does too much in general. Cliff is a creeper, just saying. So then she's telling them how she, did the makeup dinner. She had the saxophone player and all that stuff, the food caterer, and she had a masseuse there. And then she gave him a red light special after. Oh God, no, girl. Cliff is not a bad looking man, but it's just that stomach. But you know what, Latrice, I'm pretty sure you love it, so I like it. And that's all there is to it. That is all there is to it. Let's please move on. All right, you guys. Next, let's talk about Marie. So Marie, you made sense for a half a second in this scene, and then it just fell flat on me. So we see Marie. So she has Dr. Chandler coming over. So Dr. Chandler is going to talk to Jeromeplanit, and 2 of his baby mamas. One of them wasn't able to make it. I'm like, oh, we finna get somewhere with this little dumb nigga. I'm like, we finna get somewhere with him. We didn't. So, like I said, Marie made sense for a half a second. Now, here's the thing that, she told us, we already knew from last week's episode that Marie has lupus. Then we also find out that she has fibromyalgia. And I'm like, damn. damn, Dreas, you my little dude, you ain't shit. Because I just don't understand it. So the issue that I have when it comes to Marie is, I get it. You want to be there for your grandchildren, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with being there for the grandchildren. I'm not going to sit here and say that, but those are not your kids. Those are not your kids to raise, number one. They have a mother and they have a father. So their parents need to be the one to take care of them. And then also with those three young ladies, they should not be coming to you for any issues that they have with Dreas. They should be going directly to him. And also, if they need anything, where are their mothers and fathers at? Like, are they not in the? Well, I know one of the baby mamas said that her father wasn't in the picture, but I'm assuming that your mama's in the picture. I would hope, if she's not deceased. Now, if your parents are deceased, I do understand that you have nowhere else to go. But if your parents are around, you might want to go to your parents instead of coming to Marie. Or better yet, go to the man that helped you make those kids. Like, I feel like they're just setting him up for basically failure. Like, he's not being a man. And I know I hate when people say be a man, but in this instance, I gotta say that. Grow up and be an adult. Like, take care of your responsibilities. That's what I mean by being a man. Take care of your responsibilities. You were reckless and had sex with 3 different women without a condom and got all 3 of them pregnant. So you need to own, you need to say, okay, you know what? Got these babies, let me do what I gotta do. And I'm not sitting here saying you can't go to school. Yes, go to school. Go to a school close to home. Then also, while you're going to school, you need to be working to take care of yourself and those kids. That's the biggest thing, is you need a job. Like, stop depending on your mother for everything. Your mama's not going to be here forever. And when she's not here, what are you going to do then? And I think that's the thing that Marie has failed with Jbarrett. It's one thing to provide your kids with everything, but it's another thing when you teach your kids the work ethic and the value of $1. I think that goes a long way. If you teach your kids the skills necessary to fend for themselves, they won't really rely on you as heavily. They may come to you, but they won't be reliant and dependent upon you for assistance. And I think that's the biggest issue that's facing Jbarrett and Marie. So then Marie, like I said a few minutes ago, Marie made sense up until a certain point. Marie told the girls that they should not be calling her. They need to call Jbarrett. And I'm like, exactly. I was mid-clap until she said, then he can call me and I give him the money to give to you. I was like, huh? Kind of sense does that make? That made no sense. No, they call him. They ask him for whatever. They ask him for whatever they need. This is, like I said, he needs a job. If he has a job, he can say, okay, I get paid on this day, that day, and the money will be there. Honestly, I don't always agree with the system, but why didn't these young ladies put him on child support? I don't always agree with it, but in some cases, because then they will be able to get assistance. And I'm not fond on government assistance, but because the government is really jacked up these days. But it's just a lot of stuff with this one. So then we see Essie comes over later in the episode, and Marie is talking about Cedric. He hasn't been home. I'm like, girl, he is with another nigga. She keeps talking about women. I'm like, that man is with a nigga. I don't give a damn how you flip it, rub it, and smack it. He's with a man. First of all, why do you want to be, I'm sorry, why would you want to be with a man that he ups and leaves whenever he feels like it and doesn't tell you? And then when you call him, he doesn't answer your phone. You know full well he's cheating on you. So at that point, it's like, you know what? Enough's enough. I've had enough and I need to move on with my life. And basically that's what Essie was telling her. It's like, no. You got way too much going on for yourself. And then she said at one point, she was in her bed sick and he wasn't there. I'm like, yeah. When you took those wedding vows, it's through sickness and health, sickness and in health. She's sick. Why aren't you here? Again, Cedric is with another nigga, but whatever. That ain't my business. And we gonna move on. All right, y'all. We got this short scene with Antoinette. Very short. So Antoinette is going on a date with the guy that she met, after she got her divorce. His name is David. And they met because she, after her divorce, she went on a trip to Ghana. And that's it. No, that's not it. Well, actually, that really is pretty much it. The date was cute, I will say that. I think you can tell that Antoinette actually likes this guy because she was so giggly and giddy. I'm like, oh, she actually really likes this guy. And he's black, so he's not white. And I don't want that to sound bad or anything. I'm just going off of what Antoinette has said this whole entire season so far about her ex-husband. He was white. They didn't have kids. You always, when it comes down to Antoinette, I always wonder, did Antoinette ever sit down with her now ex-husband and discuss anything as it pertains to them being in an interracial relationship and then a marriage? Like, did y'all discuss anything? Did y'all discuss kids? What did you two talk about? Did you two just have a good time in bed and then, let's backtrack. Did you two, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that they didn't love each other, but did you guys not think about, the fact that we're married? We're going to have sex with each other. We're going to have unprotected sex with each other. I'm not using birth control. You're not going to use a condom. There is a potential that you can knock me up. And then we're going to have kids. Our kids are going to be biracial. So I just wonder what were the conversations that they had. That's the only question that I have. What conversations did they have prior to getting married? So we find out that David actually lives in Seattle. So that would be a long distance relationship, one that I would never do. That is one thing in this world that I just don't think I can do, is a long distance relationship. She tells him about her practice, how it's not up and running yet, but we'll talk about her practice in a little bit as well. What else? She's talking about her sip and see, and she's going to invite him, and that's basically it. So let's move on. All right, you guys, next let's talk about Letitia real quick. First things first, Letitia. The wigs that you have wore in this episode, burn them. Burn them, incinerate them, whatever. I don't give a hot damn. Burn them hoes. So we see her and Tamra in her hair. So she and Tamra and her hair are going down to meet, the city councilman. I forget what, DeKeefer? Is that his name, you guys? DeKeefer. I think that's it. So Letitia is telling him how, she's having some issues with the building, how, she's not able to get inside. She can't create her business plan. Now that part, it threw me off. So if you guys don't know, my background is business. I graduated college with my BBA. So my bachelor's of business administration. So I took a class my senior year of high school. Senior high school. Well, actually, I did take this. That's when I realized I wanted to go to school for business. I took a class in high school. It was entrepreneurial. So I was like, oh, I had fun in that class, and it got my creative mind flowing. I'm like, okay, maybe this is what I want to do when I go to college. So in my senior year of college, I took another entrepreneurial class, and loved that class. Like I said, it just got my creative juices flowing. And one of our group projects was, I had two, no, these were group projects. Because I had a venture capital class and the entrepreneur class. And it was the same professor. And he had us create a business plan. The venture capital class was my junior year, and the entrepreneur class was my senior year. So he had us create a business. We had, now my entrepreneur class, we had to literally draft a business plan, draft it, That was, it was fun. I enjoyed that with my group. What was our business? Oh, we had a vegan restaurant. We had a vegan and vegetarian restaurant. So, we just had to just find us. We just had to, you can make up an address, or you can look for something that was in the city, and just use your address, like you were actually gonna pitch it to someone. So for her to say she's unable to make her business plan without going into the business, you don't need the business. You don't need to see the inside to draft your business plan. With your business plan, all you're doing is telling the people what the business is, where it's going to be located at. Um, you can make if you can find photos of, actually, you don't have to find photos. You can just make up your own mock, mock floor plan. It doesn't have to be exact, but you can make up your own floor plan. If you have a restaurant, you compose your menu. If you have, whatever the idea is, you compose everything. So a business plan is, now it's, they can be lengthy, because I think when I did my business plan, our business plan was 50 pages long. I actually think I still have my business plan. I need to look in my closet and see if I still have my business plan, because that's one thing that I want to get to the point of doing. I do commend Love and Marriage Huntsville and Belle Collective, because you're telling, it's speaking to me, saying, hey, you have these ideas in your head. You have so many businesses that you want to, like, I have restaurants that I want to do. I have some product ideas. I have one product idea that I know will be a hit. And I just got to figure out how to make a mold. That's the big thing. I have to figure out how to make a mold, and then how to get it made. We'll figure that out. So, she can still make a business plan. So she does apologize to Kiefer about what happened at the last brunch. And he tells her, like, when it comes to the brunch, like, when people are talking about it, it's not positive, it's the negative, like the stuff that happens at the brunch. More specifically, like the last one with the stuff with, Kaylon and Marie. And we got to be honest, Marie is at the epicenter of everything with the last few brunches. The first brunch when it came to Latrice and Marie, then this brunch with Kaylon and Marie. Now I'm gonna place more fault on Kaylon with the last one, but Marie, she engaged in it. So I can't sit here and say she didn't. She did. So that's really pretty much it for Letitia. Let's move on, you guys. All right, guys, and then let's wrap the episode up with Tambra and her hair. So we see Tambra and her hair, and she's on a date with her ex-boyfriend. Tambra and her hair, beautiful woman. I'm glad she didn't have that ugly ass pink lipstick on in this episode. But the hair is just like, have you ever heard the saying, less is always more? Just saying, less is always more. So she fills him in on the drama with the girls. I was confused by that. I'm like, why? What I guess is we in the scene together, and she got to film a scene, and she's gonna get the girls together for what she called a sistervention. Who else? She's in the scene, so let's bring it up. So she talks about it. She talks about it. So then she also tells him about her doctor's visit that she had. I'm so confused with these two. I don't want to say it's a storyline, but it really reads to me storyline when it comes to Tambra and her hair. I just don't get that she really wants to, let's not say that. It just reads to me storyline. It might be real that she wants to have kids, but this all just seems like a storyline to me. I hate to say that, but it just reads to me storyline. So the ladies in the Sistervention, so all the ladies show up with the exception of Marie. I will give it to Tambra in her hair. I'm glad she did not invite Marie, because I felt like if Marie was there, Marie would have been like super defensive about everything that was being said. Now, I agree with the ladies. Marie is the root cause of most of the brunches going bad. Well, the two brunches that we saw on television going bad. She is. But, because Tambra and her hair told the ladies that, the word is getting around about the brunches, but it's not a good word. It's a negative word. But the common denominator y'all say is Marie, which it is true. So Tambra and her hair tells the ladies that she's invited Letitia there. Letitia shows up in another one of them. It looks like those old lady church wigs that she wears. Please burn them. That's all I gotta say is burn them. So she tells the ladies that she wants them just to tell Letitia that they support her. I don't think that's the issue, not supporting her. The issue is the damn brunches and the fact that Marie F's up the event. That's really what it is. Now, what I will say is I don't agree with the ladies. I agree with them about the fact that Marie is like the common denominator when it comes to the brunches, but I don't agree with them attaching, the brunches in itself to Marie. I think that Letitia has a good, idea. I think she has a good, she has a good mindset when it comes to her brunches. It's just the company she keeps. It really is. I feel like if you were to eliminate Marie, and if you were also to eliminate the cameras, half of this shit wouldn't happen. So Marie shows, not Marie, but Letitia does show up, like I said. And I actually was on Letitia's side because it felt like the women were ganging up on her at one point. Now, she wanted to say that, Marie and Latrice were both at fault for the brunch. Actually, what? I can't agree with her. Latrice should not have engaged with Marie. That could have been an easy way to diffuse that situation. Not even engage with the woman. Now, I was so confused by Antoinette and Tambra and her hair getting into it with one another. That confused me. I know that, Antoinette was telling her that if it ain't got nothing to do with her, mind her business. Then they went back and forth. I was just like, what in the hell is going on? So then, Antoinette pulls Latrice to the side and they have a conversation about her business and how she's just, fearful that it'll fail. First of all, don't go into it with that mindset. Go into it with a positive mindset. And, I have faith in Antoinette. I really do. I think she'll be fine. But you guys, that's the episode. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification button so you guys are aware of when I drop anything else. Share this video. And until the next one, you guys, stay safe. Take care of yourself. Wash your hands, wear your mask, and socially distance. And also, you guys, go on over there and check out the Planner channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.